Most of the people that are subscribed to this channel most likely have a pellet smoker, and some of the questions that do come up every so often is, can you make sausages in a pellet smoker? And my answer has always been yes. That's why we made the chicken sausages on this 1600 last time. Chicken sausage isn't really that traditional, so I said, you know what, I'll do one better. Let's go ahead and make actual beef sausages, Texas style, right? And matter of fact, let's go ahead and add some jalapeños and some cheese on it, right? Because I understand that most people don't have the luxury to have an offset stick burner. Maybe they have a pit boss, or maybe they have something else or whatever. And you know what? Sometimes it's a little bit easier to go ahead and make sausages in a pellet smoker. So today, that's what we're gonna do. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so we have this 20-pound brisket. It's too big for myself, for my wife. Hell, even some friends coming over, it's a little too big, but you know what? We have several uses for it. So we're gonna go ahead and make some sausages and some burgers from it. So let's go ahead and do that. Last time I did a sausage using brisket, I ended up using the entire point, but it ended up being a little too much, a little bit too much fat. And I think part of it is that we ended up using this entire fat deck, or whatever you want to call it. So in this case, we're going to do the same thing we did last time, but we're going to remove this one and the fat underneath right down here. This big old thing right over here. So we're going to go ahead and do that. If you want to knife that or do some quick work like this, guys, look at that. No problem. If you want a knife that'll do quick work like that, I'll leave a link in the description below. Now that we have the meat all cubed up, let's go ahead and start grinding. And this is what we are left with, guys. Real nice. All right, let's go ahead and start the seasoning process. Now we're gonna go with all of our seasonings and salts. So first up, for 10 pounds of beef, we're gonna go with 11 grams of pink curing salt. I'm gonna go ahead and do 45 grams of the salt, mainly because we're gonna do cheese on this thing, right? So we definitely don't wanna do 2% because it's gonna be over salty. 30 grams of granulated garlic, 25 grams of black pepper. Now, because we're gonna do a pellet smoker, we're gonna smoke it in the pellet smoker, it definitely needs all the color it can get, all the help it can get to get some color. So usually I would do a little bit of the paprika, but today we're gonna do 25 grams of it. Help it get some of that nice color, guys. 23 grams of yellow mustard powder, 27 grams of the voodoo. I love this stuff in sausages, guys. If you haven't given it a shot, give this a shot, man. It definitely gives you a little bit more extra flavor to it. And finally, we're going with 3% of the total weight of milk powder. Mix it up really well. There we go. Man, this smells good. Almost forgot, guys. We're going with 6 jalapeños. Normally we would do a little bit more, but look at these thick boys right over here, guys. Let's go ahead and grind these up. There we go, folks. We got it. Now it's time to go ahead and put our spices in. There we go. Start mixing this around. Since this thing is 10 pounds of meat, we're gonna go with our 10% of water. But I'm gonna add half at a time just to make sure that we don't overdo it. Some meat wants more, some meat wants less, so I'm just gonna go half at a time. It's a good time to go ahead and throw our jalapeños in already. Now that it's almost done, we're gonna go ahead and get our cheese in, guys. And I kind of want to go heavy in here. Yeah. Remember to get these out, guys. I'm gonna go heavy. There you go. Oh yeah. Little patty right there has all kinds of cheese. That's what we want, guys. All right, let's go ahead and start stuffing, guys. You guys already know the deal. Gotta rinse these off. These have already been here in the water for the past hour or so, actually. So let's go ahead and start putting this in here. Now that we're here by the tip, time to go ahead and remove some of this air. Any air that's in here, guys. You're gonna get some air regardless, but the less the better. And let's go ahead and dive on in. Towards you. Towards me. Towards you. And that's how we're gonna go, guys. We're gonna go towards you, towards me, towards you, towards me. And I think that's gonna end up being so much easier for people to remember, because sometimes I'll go, okay, left, right way, left way, and then I end up forgetting. So I just go to you, to me, to you, to me, and it works. And there it is, folks. 10 pounds right on the dot. Let's go. Get that nice fire going. Now that it's in place. You see that, guys? I'm not sure if you guys have a good eye on it, but see that? Close it up and close the lid. Let's go ahead and add them up in here. When I only had my pellet smoker back like a year or two ago, and this is all we had, I mean, sausages was one of those things where I'm like, man, I want to give it a shot, but I don't think it's gonna come out good because, you know, it's a pellet smoker. But you never know. That's why I do these experiments for you guys. This one popped on me, but that's all right because I'm just gonna use this one to probe it. Now that we have everything in here, let's go ahead and close it on up, and we'll see you guys in a bit. So one thing I wanted to bring up to you guys is that this pit boss, I haven't really fired it up when it's this temperature, especially right now in the conditions where it's rainy, it's windy and everything. So don't be surprised if this thing goes down to the 140s like it did for me just now. Let it do its thing. It was in the 140s for a bit, almost dropping to the 139s, and I was kind of getting worried, but I said, you know what, let's go ahead and let the PID controller do its thing. And guess what? 182 degrees right now. We'll come back in 2 hours and we'll check up on these sausages and turn them over and see how it goes. Man, it's cold as hell. All right, 2 hours has passed by. Let's go ahead and take a look at these sausages, man. Oh, bro, look at that. Look at that, guys. Look at the color. Bro, look at that. Let's see if I can turn on the light on this thing. There we go, bro. Come on. Come on now. Come on now. Look at the color. I didn't think it was going to get this much color, but this looks a lot like my offset stick burner, man. Surprisingly. Wow. All right, guys. So now it's time to go ahead and flip it over. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm using B&B pellets, guys. B&B post oak pellets. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I mean, look at this, bro. Wow, I am 100% amazed at how well this is doing. I mean, if you were to bring me a sausage like that, With this color, I'd say, man, this is from a stick burner. That's the same color I get on my stick burner, bro. 100%. I didn't think it was gonna get this good, but wow. All right, guys, another 2 hours, and we'll see what's up. 4 hours total, and look at what we got here, guys. Let me turn on the light. Look at this. Look at the color on it. Nice and, look, I'm trying to squeeze it. Nice and plump. All right, let's go ahead and put these in a water bath. And we'll leave these here for a bit. Let's go ahead and shoot for 270 degrees now. We'll go ahead and high temp smoke some of these sausages, and we'll do 270 for about 30 minutes or so. 270 degrees, and we are going to leave these here for, I want to say, half hour. That's usually the standard. Half hour does them just fine. Let's go ahead and close it up, and we'll be back, guys. Alrighty, folks, let's go ahead and get these. Oh man, look at these. Look at that, bro. Bro, this thing is about to pop. Let's go ahead and turn off this pit boss. Bro, when I tell you that these are plump, they are plump. Jeez. This thing, I mean, this thing just feels like it wants to pop. If I decide to go ahead and push this in hard, it's gonna pop 100%. Very, very, very good. Look at the color on this thing too, man. Ah, man, this thing is hot. But if someone tells you, hey man, you can't get, you know, good smoke or anything like that on sausages on a pellet smoker, we just proved that to be incorrect. And you don't get this type, I mean, you can try and get this color with added paprika, but it's gonna be a lot of paprika. Plus, you would already have somewhat of that same color raw, right? Before they even get cooked. All this color right here is just smoke, guys. That's all it is. If you guys look at the video that I have, and I'll point it up right over here, of the chicken sausage that I make, you're gonna see that it did not have anywhere as close as this type of color, guys. Not one bit. So that's why I was kind of discouraged a little bit, but man, I'm glad I got proven wrong with this. B&B pellets, bro. Review's gonna come up shortly. All right, you guys ready? Let's go ahead and test it out. Ooh. Got some jalapeño right over here, a little cheese action right over here. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. Wow, the smoke is there. It's not as rich as my stick burner, but it's, I want to say, if the stick burner is a 10, I want to say maybe this is a 7, but it's definitely there. Wow, it's nice, it's coarse, it's really, really good. I only passed it through the KitchenAid just once with a medium die, and that's it, man. You got some jalapeno action right over here and some spots right over there, like right here. Really nice. Let's go ahead and give it a little shot right here, guys. This is a very good sausage, guys. Very good. Nice and coarse. One pass. That's it. Some jalapeno action, some cheese action right there, guys. If you guys don't have a stick burner, get you your Pit Boss, your Rectech, or whatever, and go ahead and do this. This is fantastic. What can I say, guys? The Pit Boss still does its thing. It still does a really, really good job. If you don't have anything else, you don't have a stick burner, you don't have anything else like that, this thing will do the job just fine. And I gotta tell you, man, the stick burner is very rich when it comes to smoke flavor, but that can be off-putting. It's not always a good thing. For me, I enjoy that flavor. My wife, she says it's a little bit too much smoke. With this one, she actually enjoyed it because it's not a subtle smoke. It's deep, but not as rich, if that makes any sense. But as soon as you bite it, you can definitely tell the smoke right then and there, no problem. I mean, the color itself, I mean, you can see it right then and there. If you don't have anything else, you got yourself a pellet smoker, it's gonna work very, very good. If your pellet smoker can go down to 180 degrees, at least minimum, you're gonna be fine. It's gonna be fantastic. Even at 200, I think it's gonna be fine, but 180, perfect. All right, guys, so that's what it is. Be sure to go ahead and like, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Later, guys.